short-term program. We'll begin this day with a session on personality development. And to speak on the topic, we have eminent financial analyst Shri Chandrashekhar Tilak. He is a executive vice president at National Security Depository Limited. He is in charge of national pension system. He is associated with Indian investment field since last 30 years. He's been doing budget analysis regularly of the central government for over 30 years. He has delivered more than 2,800 lectures on economics and finance at various universities, educational institutes, talk shows, and whatnot. He's written more than 1,800 articles and more than 10 books on this subject. And not just on economics, he's also an expert on the Indian freedom movement and various personalities who led the Indian freedom struggle. So I request you, sir, to take over and address the audience. Thank you.
Shall we start? Good morning, friends. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Right at the outset, let me express my thanks and regards to the organizers for providing me this opportunity to be with you over here today. And I'm especially happy to note that in such a huge number, such youngsters are attending this particular short-term course. I'm really thankful to you because this kind of a gesture is very, very important from the entire angle, not only from your viewpoint, but as well as from our viewpoint as well. Because you have been told just now, I wanted to thank the organizers. It is not the only reason that they have called me over here, but I'm equally thankful to them for the kind words of introduction which they had with me. Very rarely it happens that my wife is attending a session which I am doing, which is the case today. And after 30, many of you may not be aware at this juncture, but over a period of time, you will also realize that wife is a continuously criticizing entity which one has to endure in a married life. And after being married to me for last 30, 31 years, she is in doubt whether she has married a correct person. Under such circumstances, such kind words of introduction keep on propelling that life. Jokes apart, let us come to the topic proper. As Kirkar sir has already told you, this happens to be a last day and I'm conducting a first session thereof. Right at the outset, let me tell you, I'm not going to make use of any PowerPoint presentation because I get bound by it and which I don't want to have. Because the topic which has been given to me today is in the nature of a personality development. This topic, if you say, can become as boring as anything. Probably the topic with which I always deal, because he told you that I'm a professor or a teacher or a faculty member for economics, finance, and investments. And I know that many of you are undergraduate students, so you are dealing with this topic in one way or the other. And unless and until a faculty member is a charming personality, all of us would like to bunk those lectures. When I was a college-going student just like you, I used to tell my friends that I will never dump the books of economics. Because in elder age, if I find that I'm not able to sleep, I will just think that I have to read a book on economics. And then automatically I will feel asleep. So I'm used to it, number one. Number two, at home I have two sons. One is 28 years old and another is 21 years old. So I know the tendency of your age group very well. And the team of more than 200 persons which I lead in my office, that average age group is also 24 to 26. So I know that once the PowerPoint presentation are on, your generation takes it as a password or an excuse that you can at least mentally fall asleep, if not by the eye. So I don't want to take that particular chance. And in this good climate and after having a very tasty breakfast, the tendency to feel asleep would be much more. I don't want to take that risk. I would like to make this particular session as live as possible. I'm very much aware that I have to complete my session by 9:45, 9:50. So right at the outset, I have told you how much time I am going to trouble you. Because afterward, there are 3, 4 different sessions, and today being the last day, you would be more interested to catch your train or a bus or the flight, as the case may be, for going back to your places. Let us look at this word personality, where from it comes. If you ask me at the age of 58, I personally feel it's a continuous process. We are born as person, and we have to make ourselves known as a personality. When we are born, we only come with a birth certificate and parents. And when we die, we leave behind some name, some property, and most importantly, a death certificate. So if you call me or ask me, in one sense, a journey from birth certificate to death certificate is a journey of a personality development. I'm not joking, I will explain. If you personalize these things, take each alphabet which is covered into that particular word. P for person, that is who I am. E for efficiency. R for resourcefulness. S for sacrifice. O for option. N for nation. A for affection. L for liability. I for intention. T for tact. And Y for Yahoo, that is success. Don't worry, you need not write down because I will be dealing with these order only with these particular topics. Although I am not holding any paper in my hand or doing the use of a PowerPoint presentation, be rest assured what I have said now. Because as he told you, Tilak sir had just told you that I am a veteran as far as speaking is concerned. And my mastery is that generally I take post-lunch session. Because of this kind of a lively interaction, people will not feel asleep. And then that is the easy time for me to conduct a session. After a long time, I am conducting a session so early in the morning. But then why this particular personality is needed? And why for this particular topic has been introduced in as far as this curriculum is concerned. Although I have not attended and I have not gone through the video recordings of the earlier sessions of this course, I am very much aware because I have gone through the syllabus or a curriculum which they have distributed. And many of the faculty members who conducted the sessions over here in this batch as well as in last batch are known to me. So I can understand what sort of a topic they would have dealt with. And that's why right at the outset I want to make sense, because you might have felt it has nothing to do with Tibet. It has nothing to do with China. It has nothing to do with Hong Kong. It has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with economics. Then what for this has been done? In last batch, which was again just like yours, and more than 50 students were there or participants were there, and one of the person in that batch was a monk. And he was sitting right in the first row itself. So it was a classic unique case for me. Generally what happens, that monk delivers a lecture and we listen. Over here, it was reverse. I was delivering a lecture and monk was taking down the notes. So probably this is a unique classic example of moving from person to personality. At that point of time, for the first time in my life, I felt, was I have achieved something. And then I was just thinking that a man who was a monk, who would have studied so much, who would have sacrificed his life so far, and he is going to sacrifice his life in future, but he feels the need that he must study what are the new topics. Probably this desire is the first key or a step towards a personality. We should understand what we are happening and what is happening to us. Given your age, especially the male students or the male participants, you would be fond of cricket. I know in Tibet and Northeast, football is more popular game than cricket. I am very much aware. Because in my professional life, as Chandrashekhar sir told you just now, I am nationally in charge for a national pension system for last 7 years. So for 18 to 19 days in a month, I am out of my office. I am traveling one state or the other. And since I took charge, I made Jammu Kashmir and Northeastern 7 states as my area of forte. So I know that region, that terrain very well. Only last week I was for 10 days in Manipur, Nagaland, Meghalaya and Mizoram. So I know that football is the more popular game, but cricket is equally popular, especially after the participants from there have started creeping into IPL and other things. Why I am giving this example? Because as far as cricket is concerned, leave aside the Champion Trophy and IPL, what is going on, there is one movie which has been released very recently, and it is related to Sachin, the Billion Dreams. Correct? And in that movie, there is one dialogue which Sachin says. Of course, I am in doubt whether it's a movie or a documentary, whatever it is. And he says that when he was learning the tricks and trade of cricket, playing cricket effectively, his coach, a guru, has told him that point of time that you must respect your instruments. What are the instruments of a cricketer or a cricket batsman? Naturally, his bat, his kit. And then he says that whatever may be the circumstance, whether I have been given out wrongly or whether I have been out because of a wrong shot, the general tendency of a common player is that once he reaches the pavilion, he shows his anger by way of throwing his bat or by throwing his kit. But Sachin says in that movie that his guru, his coach, has taught him that do not ever throw your kit or bat. They are your instruments. If you respect them, then only you will be able to earn the respect. So once you realize as a person that what my aim is, what my kit to achieve it, if I start respecting it, then I start moving from being person to being acknowledged as personality. And that's why the first P stands for person. Who am I? What I must know. Actually, one who can know himself, no one other can realize him that way. I know what I can, I know what I can do. You are undergraduate students. So in your general courses, you are always told that boss, you should do SWOT analysis. What is SWOT analysis? Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. You must learn that. Why it is that? That whatever are my strengths, people may tell me, my friends may tell me, my girlfriend or a boyfriend, as the case may be, will tell me that boss, you can do it. For a second, I can feel that I can do it, but to myself, it is known to me whether I will be able to do it or not. Say in a movie or in a drama or in a novel fiction, it is said that a friend tells you, boss, you can climb up Mount Everest every day. Okay, it is easy to listen, very fantastic to listen, but one knows that, boss, it is not that easy to go up to Mount Everest every day, neither financially nor physically. So my physical strength is known to me. So your strengths are known to me. Then what are your weaknesses? If I am told that I have to sing, I can sing in a bathroom, but certainly not in a musical hall. If I am able to speak or talk, probably I can talk to the 10,000 people. But if you ask me that take a chalk and draw a line over here, even by taking a scale, I will not be able to draw a straight line. So I know my strength and I know my weaknesses. So from moving from person to personality, you have to know what are your strengths and weaknesses. But just because if you are having a strength or just because you are having the weaknesses, unless and until opportunity comes to you, you will not be able to achieve it. Just taking an example, when you were studying somewhere, you might have felt that what I must visit Pune. Was it that easy? No. But this particular course provided you an opportunity. But once this opportunity was given to you, if you have attended this week-long course attentively, probably you have grabbed that opportunity with both hands and most importantly, your mind. Because unless and until you have accepted, boss, I am going to Pune, not only for sightseeing, not only for having and enjoying Maharashtrian food, because I am very much aware how cordial these hosts are, they would have taken you to the places. They would have taken you to their different campuses. They would have given you some Marathi, Maharashtrian sweets which you might have enjoyed, you might not have it. It's everybody's choice. But if you are after going back to your place where you are studying, if you are still remembering only the food which you have, then probably you have not utilized the opportunity. Because you have come over here not as a catering student, but as a caring student. Caring for your own attitude, caring for your own personality, caring for your own society, caring for your own family, and most